is filming. Yeah. Hello again, guys. Having a little bit of working on my son's car. It doesn't start straight away, a bit of problem. I took off the cover of the valve pressure with the ignition on. Not much comes out, so I want to know where I'm losing pressure. Am I losing it at the pump, or is there a line blockage? So what I've done, I've asked my wife to help. This car, this Jeep, had someone that already messed with this. I also noticed there's a big roll of hose there, which is kind of odd. I'm not sure why there's a big roll of hose on top of the tank. So I took them off, and hopefully we'll get lots of fuel coming out, that we know that the fuel pump's okay. So I believe this will be the outline, so we'll see. Alright, can you turn it on please, honey? No, that's out. Okay. Is it still on?
Yeah.
Why stop straight away? Off and on again? Did you turn it off and back on?
On, off.
Why does it stop straight away?
On,
Yeah?
off.
And leave it on?
On.
It stops straight away, even though there's no pressure. Okay, thank you, sweetheart.
Is it on or off?
Just off, please. Okay, so can you pull the key out, please? A little bit. Thank you. So we've got fuel, but only for a few seconds. And even though there's no pressure, the pump stops. I don't think that's right. I'm no expert on fuel pressure, but he needs to turn the ignition on many times for it to start. Unlike my Jeep, when you press the nozzle, when you press this nozzle here, see if I can get a good look at it. That nozzle there, you turn the ignition on, I get a big squirt of fuel. This one doesn't. Why does it stop pumping? Why does it stop pumping? Ooh. Even though there's no pressure yet. I thought the pump stopped pumping when you got pressure. Why only such a little squirt? I'm gonna have to look it up on the menu. I'll get back to you. Okay, what I found so far is in the fuel pump is a check valve that stops fuel from returning. So it should always be under pressure, but this one is not. So I got a bit of hose like this, and then I put it onto that, which is the fuel pressure line, and I blow on it. It just blows air in here, but there should be a check valve here that stops the fuel from running back into the tank to keep the fuel line constantly pressurized, but it's not doing that. So it's actually starting without a pressurized fuel system. So that's why he has to continuously stop, start, stop, start, stop, start to build up pressure in the fuel system for it to start. So I'm guessing the problem is in here. Now I have to clean up all this beach sand. Yeah, I wonder how that got there, son. And then I'll remove it and remove the top and then I'll see if it's serviceable. If not, I'll pull the pump housing out of the WJ we have for parts, and we can just swap them over, pump and all, I guess. So I'll let you know how I go. So first I'll clean it, and then I'll remove it. I'll probably show you how I remove it. Let's see. Is that a good angle? Yeah, it's a good angle. Okay. So first, I've cleaned this out, and now there's these clips. This one I've already loosened. It's kind of annoying because it's upside down. You basically squeeze these and push, so it pops out the back, and then you push it off. Quick release, quite simple really. Now these should have a plug here somewhere, but I can't feel the plug. We'll try and do it without taking it off. Use my universal fix-em-all tool, tapping. There we go. Loose enough. Always try and keep these things clean. We don't want extra dirt in the tank now, do we? Oh, full tank. And the filter just fell in. Be careful with this bit. That's the fuel sender unit, and it does look brand new. So why is it not working? Is this a question? This is the primary filter. Put that aside. Okay. It seems to be a sealed unit. Never pulled one of these apart. This is the first. Goss. See, the fuel return doesn't stop it from working. It will never hold pressure like that. So and I cannot see a plug. What am I doing first? Clean my rag and cover the tank. Well, I think some more about this. Does this come off? It appears so. Is that any good, that brand? Goss? I don't know. There was a box for it in this car when he brought it, when he purchased this vehicle. But the fuel, the check valve is obviously not working. I can see the mechanisms inside there. There's some sort of clip that holds this in. I think if we pull these back, that will possibly allow us to slip it off. Yeah, see? There we go. My intuition was right. One more. Hopefully these don't slide back. Come on. There we go. There's a busted O-ring. Seems to be a busted O-ring. Yep. There we go. Let me bring you over. Oh. There's a busted O-ring. So that O-ring would stop fuel pressure, right, and let the fuel from here back out past this O-ring back into the tank. So we could just replace the O-ring, which would be the easiest thing, is to go to Auto Shop. But it's a funny looking thing. It's not round for starters. Not good. So I have a O-ring kit, but I'm not sure if they are gasoline proof, petrol proof. Let me go and have a look at the container. Okay, well, I've got a O-ring set, but it's from Aldi, and I do not know if they're okay for gasoline. So just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to go to the local auto shop just to make sure, and hopefully this will fix the problem. Off I go. Okay, I'm back from the good guys at Auto One. And this is the closest they had, so let's give it a go, I guess. Easy being your own cameraman. That should stretch over that, I think. I wish it didn't conk out in the driveway. I would have packed it in the shed. Right. Let's see, that should do. You should be able to see that, eh? Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Let's see how we go. Oh, it's tight. That's what I thought would happen. It's not going over the O-ring. I've got one that's slightly smaller but also tighter. And if that's really tight, I'll lube this one up a bit with a bit of lithium grease or some sort of grease. Ah, bugger it, bit of spit. Bit of spit, never hurt anything. No, it's not going to go. Don't tell me it's already clipped on. Alright, I've got to get a bit of lube. You know, a bit of lube is always handy. I'll be back in a tick. Well. This was handy. Let's try this again. Yes. Let's do a test. Yeah, that's not leaking back, guys. That's all in. The filter, where did I put that? In here. Damn, that's a dirty bugger looking thing. That is foul. Oh my. That is a dirty ass filter, man. I'm going to give a bit of a rinse out. Right back. Alright, looks a bit better. A quick rinse out and then a blow off with the air compressor. Aircon. You silly bugger. I guess this presses on here somehow. Oh, it just sits on there. Yeah. Alright. Clean the surface. Damn, looks like there's a lot of sand in the bottom. I want to find out. Yep, there is a lot of sand in that tank. Wowzers, let me see if I can show you. How the hell did that white silty sand get in there? Look at that. Wow. White silty silt. It's not even sand, it's really fine powderish. Look at that, I'm so bloody handsome. Wow. It'll probably be more easy to see on screen than it is from here. That is phenomenal. The amount of, well, that's up to him if he wants to remove that tank and clean it. I don't think it'll go through the filter. I don't think it'll go through here. Let me know, anybody else had that in there? Or did some idiot just do that on purpose? Put the sender unit in first. The sender unit meaning the gauge part. Okay, it's spring loaded now, before it wasn't. I have a feeling it's cross-threaded, it's not straight. That's it. You don't want to cross-thread it. There's an arrow there. I'm not sure what for. There must be an arrow on the tank as well, but not that I can see. And then once it's hand tight, you do a little bit more. You do. Hope my big head's not in the way. All right. Actually, I'll leave this here, and then if anything happens, I can look at the footage. I cannot hear it hum. I don't see any leaks. I don't see any leaks. It starts. It didn't do that before, so that's good. It still has a bit of an idle problem, but that could be a sensor. But let's see. If I do this a few times, ignition on, hopefully it should hold a bit of pressure in. Before it held nothing. Okay, excuse my filming. Before it held no pressure. If I did this with the ignition off and the engine not running, there was zero pressure here. Let's see, will we have some fuel coming? Yes, yes, it's squirting out, my friends. Success! We have fuel pressure back. And thanks to the guys at Auto One. And also, that was, in fact, an O-ring from a fuel injector. Okay? So if you come across this problem yourself, get the O-ring off a fuel injector. And just push that over it and you'll be fine. I had some cheap Aldi O-rings and I just didn't want to stick one in a tank made in China. You know, how long are you going to drive before it fails? Just like that pump was probably made cheaply in China and the O-ring crumbled. These O-rings probably would too in a fuel tank. So I went to Order One and got the proper ones, and if I thought, unlike the guy at Order One, if I had actually thought about it, I have plenty of injector O-rings here. But I didn't think about it. But the guy there did, because they couldn't find one to match, and he goes, oh, maybe a fuel injector O-ring. And I'm like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Thank you, Order One. So we have fuel pressure. Next trick, idling. But we'll get back to another day. This was enough for one day. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope it was of help to you if you have a similar problem.